of brought this up. So if we're doing division, it's going to be extremely important that you take notes because there are not any handouts for this right now. So if we are doing, say, 5 into 22. Number one, we know that not every number is going to divide even. So, and I know that one of the things that I have brought up a million times, and some people do not listen to me, they're hard-headed and kind of do like inside their head, I'm going to do my own thing. You're not the boss of me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do because I'm so brilliant. I'm just going to do my own thing, and then sometimes your own thing doesn't work and you get it wrong. Unfortunately. So when I'm telling you how to do something, understand that I'm doing it this way because I've been teaching long enough that I've seen countless mistakes, right? So when I'm telling you do it this way, it's not because I love being bossy, which sometimes I do love being bossy, but I'm doing this because I know the mistakes that happen. And one of the things, when I'm asking you, can this go in there? And the answer is no, you should put 0. What freaked some of y'all out on the test was when the answer was yes, you didn't know what to do. You were like, wait, it can't on the very first number. So if I had 6 going into 732 and you were so used to it can't, the answer's no, put a 0. And when it was like, but wait, it can. What do I do? Well, then you divide it. I mean, straight up, some of y'all flipped out when that first one was like, oh, wait, it can? Well, then, yeah, if it's yes, divide it. Can 6 go into 7? Yes. So, divide it. How many times can 6 go into 7? Once. I mean, it's not like you're doing brain surgery or something. How many times can 6 go into 7? Once. 1 times 6 is 6. Bring down that 3. How many times can 6 go into 13? Twice. 2 times 6 is 12. Bring down that 2. I mean, I have people that would just sort of kind of do it and then stop. I no joke. Saw some problems that were like this, and they would go, remainder 1. They would stop. You're not finished. I even had on the board, every number in the house has a number on the roof. Does every number have a number on the roof? No. No. R is a letter. Number. It's not a number. Every number has to be dealt with. 6 into 12, 2. Now I'm done. So 6 goes into 732, 122 times with no remainder. If there's no remainder, you don't have to put R0. There's just no remainder. The steps don't change. If you can divide it, divide it. If you can't divide it, move on. And, put 0. Then you move on. 5 and 22. 4. 2. Well, this is what we're going to start dealing with now is when we're working with decimals. What do we do? The steps of division do not change. It's still divide. multiply. Jackson, you're working. Keep working. I'm sorry, I forgot. Bring down. Oops. Ah! Sorry. Divide. Multiply. Subtract. Then bring down. Sorry. Somebody. I totally forgot myself. It does not change just because you add a decimal. There's just one extra thing to do. And it's not even really a step. And then you know what's funny is this morning, it's not even funny, haha. It's like funny, like, really? A very simple step. And then I had someone like, I'm going to do my own thing. And it made the problem like really, really wrong. When I brought up the whole point of why number placement is so important, why I really do put a 0 up there, the whole purpose for decimal. Because I've seen, let me move this one, with the, let's do like 135, where they'll do, can 5 go into 1? No. Can 5 go into 13?
Yes.
Yes. How many times can 5 go into 13? 2. They'll straight up put the 2 there. I know it doesn't go there. I think you guys know it doesn't go there. It goes over the 3. Right. Thank you, Blake. You're kind of fussing at me like, it doesn't go there. It goes over the 3. That's why I told you to put it a 0. I know it doesn't go there. I know I don't have to put the 0 there, but I'm telling you to put the 0 there to train your brain. Because some people are putting the number in the wrong spot. Because when you're doing this, how many times can 5 go into 35? 7. Oh, I'm going to put it right there. I know. And you're like, God, I know. Well, what's happening, you're getting this, and some people, once they get here to the end, they're going, I still have a 5 with nothing over it, because Strickland said every number in the house is a number on the roof. And they're bringing that 5 down and dividing again. I know that's not right. Your stuff's already over there. Maybe not your backpack, but I know your binders and stuff. So I know that's not right. But because of the fact that you put one number in the wrong spot, it messes up the whole thing. That's why I'm telling you put that 0 in there as a placeholder. Then you're also, when we're dealing with the decimal. So if you're doing 5, what I have, 135. If I have that beautiful, beautiful decimal. Beautiful decimal. There's only one thing you have to do with that decimal. You don't even really, truly, truly have to do anything with it. You just go, throw it up to the top. That's all you have to do. That's all you do. You take it from here and put it up there. That's all you do. Then you pretend it's not even there. What?
If you have 4 numbers, isn't it the same spot where your decimal is to your regular digit?
I'm sure it made sense inside your head before you started saying that. I do that too, and I was trying to say something, I'm like, never mind. And people will just look at me like, I have no idea what you just said. Sometimes you guys do. So again, can 5 go into 1? No. Can 5 go into 13? Yes. Do I bring the decimal down at any point? No. I've already moved it. I'm done with it. It's invisible. I'm not even seeing it anymore. I'm pretending it's not there. Bring down the 5. 5 into 35. 7. I'm done. My answer is 2 7/10. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. Where before, when there was no decimal, my answer was 27. When I put that decimal in there, is 2 and 7/10. That's all. That's the only difference, is now there's a decimal in there. Yes.
What if you have
Haha. Was that going to be your same? What if you have a remainder? You won't. I'm going to show you how to not have a remainder. It's just bear with me. What?
You add it to the. Oh my god.
No, you do not. Do not ever do that. I will kill you. What?
Can you, instead of saying n, can you say point?
Oh, do not. No, it does not. Not when you're dealing with me. You not sound smarter. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can come up with one where you would sort of technically have a remainder. It's hard when you're making up problems because you don't know if it's going to work or not. No. Oh, wait. Okay. So, say you have 5 going into 12 and 2/10. Okay? Now, I know for a fact this one's going to have a remainder because your divisibility rule of 5, it has to have a 0 or a 5 in the ones place for it to go evenly. And it doesn't have a 5 or a 0. We're in the front. Okay, so looking at this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move up my decimal. This really, really is not hard at all. Okay, so I want you to think about, first off, if I take a number and I divide it on a calculator, and it's not something even, and you get a number that's a decimal, and sometimes it gets really long, right? I'm going to show you why that happens. Okay? So, can 5 go into 1? No. Put a 0. Can 5 go into 12?
Yes.
Yes. 2 times. 2 times 5, 10. Bring down my 2. Can 5 go into 22?
Yes.
Yeah, how many times? 4. 4 times 5, 20. Oh no, I have a remainder of 2. You do not just take this 2, slap it up there. That is not how it works. Now, one thing that, remember with place value, first quarter, what is there behind here?
100.
Zeros. An infinite number of zeros. That whole, you can't see me. Now I can see the decimal. That was the whole John Cena head with the, John Cena was the decimal. But behind here are an infinite number of zeros. That's why you get that really long decimal, and sometimes that E, because it's bigger than the calculator will show. But all you do, if you're dividing a decimal and you get a remainder, you pull up one of those invisible zeros. Boink, I pull it up. That's all you do. I pull up one of my invisible zeros, bring it down. And 5 going to 20?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I got rid of my remainder.
Whoa.
It's not magic. It's just math.
It's magic math.
That's why some of them don't go in evenly. No matter what you do, it'll go on forever. Like 3 into 10. It's a repeater. Because how many times can 3 go into 10? 3. What's 3 times 3? 9.
9.
And then there's my John Cena decimal because you don't see it. There's a 0. Make it visible. Bring it down. What do you get? 10. How many times can 3 go into 10? 3.
3.
Then you get 9. 1. Pull up another 0. Bring it down. And times can 3 go into 10?
9.
How many times can 3 go into 10? 3. 3 times 3. 9. Get out of here. 9. 1.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's a repeater. You'll get 3.3333333. It will go on forever. So it's a repeater. It'll go on forever. So some of them you can eventually get rid of the remainder just by pulling up some zeros. Some of them it works by just doing 1. Some of them you have to pull up 2 zeros. Some you have to pull up 3. Some it will never go away. Like 3 into 10. What? An infinite? Not in 5th grade. In here, really? Guys, come on. Here, I think the most we've done here is maybe 3 zeros. Maybe. But what you do not do is take your remainder and go, oh, you do not do that. You do not take the remainder and stick it up in your decimal. You do not do that. Logan Sanford. Logan Sanford said that. I'm like your mom hear that. So you'd be like, Mom, don't watch the video. So all you do is make a 0 visible. I'm just kidding. So all you do is make a 0 visible, bring it down and divide it. And if that doesn't work, try another 0, bring it down. Until it goes away. Eventually it will. Maybe. After a while, you might just want to stop. Depending on what your teacher tells you. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to work on, I want you to do this problem with me. I want you to copy this problem down. $14 into 53 and 2/10. Okay. So the first thing I want you to notice, I'm gonna make sure you do your decimal. And that's the only thing you do with the decimal. You move it. You don't do anything else with it. Can 14 go into 5? No. Can 14 go into 53?
Yes.
Yes. Now you just need to figure out how many times can 14 go into 53. So do some multiplication off to the side. I left my math brain at home today. So how many times can 14 go into 53? 3. Because 56 is too much. So I have a remainder of 11, which is less than 14. And one thing I noticed is if you got something wrong on your test before, some people were not checking their remainder against their divisor. That's one of the easier things to do, checking this against that. If this is equal or larger, you mess up. Now bring down the 2. Now I've got to divide 14 into 112. You are not finished. This should not be blank. 14 into 112. Now you're going to let people try to figure it out, KJ? How many times can 14 go to 112?
Okay. That's too much.
So it does go in even. You do not have to write R0. It's decimals. You're shooting for R0 anyway.
Can we do another one?
You're going to do another.
Yeah.
So I want you to try $30 into 378.
No, decimal.
Can 30 go into 3? No. Can 30 go into 37?
Once.
Yes. One time. 1 times 30. 30. If you could not figure this out, that's okay. This was a little bit of a harder problem, a little tricky. You got it right? Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Bring down the answer, you get 7. You get 78. Can 30 go into 78?
Yes.
Yes. How many times?
2.
Twice. 2. Are you done, Maya? 2 times. 2 times 30 is 60. You get 18. 18 is less than 30. You're fine. But no remainder. Now, some of y'all got freaked out because, I was saying we're working with decimals now. No remainder. And you're like, but there's no decimal. Yeah, there is. There's always a decimal. Sometimes you see it. Sometimes you don't. Some people, not just in this class, but the other class, played pin the tail on the donkey and threw a decimal here, threw a decimal here, just threw it in random places. If you don't see it in the number, it's not in the number. It's after the number, at the end of the number. And then what else is after the number? 0. Bring that 0 down. Can 30 go into 180? Yes. 6 times. 6 times 30, 180. Now you have no remainder. 12 and 6 tenths. Oh. Now you see. Then you're like, oh. The part that messes people up is when you don't see the decimal and you start going, well, wait, what are you talking about? But there's no decimal. You said decimal. There's always a decimal. There's always a decimal. Where's the decimal? At the end. Where's the decimal? At the end. You just don't see it. There's a difference between 125 and $125 and $1.25. I would rather have that one. But if you stick the decimal in the middle, you went from $378 to $3.78. You changed the value of the number. You changed your answer when you stuck the decimal in the middle. Number placement is everything. Decimal placement is everything. You can't just kind of go, decimal there. You can't do that. if you don't see the decimal, where is it? At the end of the number. Yes, ma'am.
Will we ever do a division problem with decimal as the divisor?
Yes. You will do some with decimal on the outside and decimal on the inside. And it's swear it's not as hard as you're gonna think it is. You just go, whoop, you move it, then you move it. It's really not hard. Swear. It's just one more step. And then you divide like you normally divide. It's really not hard. We're just not doing that today. Okay, do another one. Okay, 27. 186 and 3/10. Now you can see the decimal.
Yay.
Divide that. Can 27 go into 1? No. Can 27 go into 18? No. Can 27 go into 186?
Yes.
This is 42, 12, and 16. I'm going to try 7. 49, 14, that's 189, that's too big. So 6. So 24 is smaller than 27. Bring it down like 3. Oh, marvelous. Okay, and then 27. Try 63. Oh, you poor thing. 18. 24. Yeah, it helps if you read your correctly. 6 and 9 tenths. When I write it, I don't worry about writing those 2 zeros in the front because those are really just for placeholders. I don't have to write them. Are there any questions about dividing with decimals? Yes, ma'am.
Ones where you have a remainder, but you have to do the zeros.
We're not really doing a whole lot of those. Most of these are going to have 0 remainders. Then you did something. You need to check. Anybody else with a question? Okay.
Please score.